Machiavelli's trick for instantly reversing power. Power is not a throne. It is a movement. It's not a crown. It's a cut. It's not a blessing. It's a calculation. Whoever understands this turns the game around in silence. There is a trick that can reverse power in a single instant. A trick that turns weakness into dominance, submission and command, obedience and authority. You've seen this trick used against you. When her voice trembled and the room fell silent. When you explained too much and someone imposed fewer words and more presence. When the narrative was written before you could challenge it. The trick is old, cruel, precise. Machiavelli did not appeal to consolation. He appealed to results. He taught princes to shape perceptions as blacksmiths shape steel. Appear docile when convenient. Show teeth when you decide. Take the heat out of words. Inject ice into decisions. And at the exact moment, strike. You are used to seeking permission, waiting for the ideal moment, social approval, comfortable consensus. But power does not wait. It acts. He who acts first sets the climate. He who sets the climate governs. This video is a tool, not a sermon. It is a conceptual blade to cut through the illusion that keeps you submissive. If you're looking for comfort, stop here. If you're looking for control, keep going. Because from now on, everything that softens will be burned, and everything that strengthens will be maintained. The rule is simple. If something doesn't give you power, it takes it away. If a reaction doesn't lift you up, it brings you down. If a presence doesn't protect you, it exposes you. Machiavelli's trick is to always choose the move that elevates, protects, and dominates instantly. You believe that lack of power is lack of resources. He believes he needs a position, money, contacts, prestige, believes that the game is external. Lie, what weakens you is internal. Predictability, need, hesitation, predictability, others already know where you give in. They know you are in a hurry to explain, ask, justify. They know you fear silence, dread, conflict, and are horrified by this. And because they know, they control you. Need. You need to be accepted. Needs to be understood, forgiven, included. Those who need, serve. Those who serve, give price and borders. Need is a leash. The more anxiety, the shorter the end. Hesitation, you delay the necessary cut. He keeps promising himself that next time he will be firm. There are no next times for those who tremble now. The window of authority closes in seconds. Either you enter or you remain outside. The result is a pattern. You react. They dictate. You negotiate. They determine. You deliver predictability. They set the trap. And when you realize it, you're already inside it, explaining, asking, giving in. There is no justice in the game of power. There are invisible weights and measures. There are scenes, rhythms, masks, timing. As long as you speak like a victim, you will be treated like a pawn. As long as it seems predictable, it will be packaged as a product. Weakness is not an emotion. It is a habit. It's a script you repeat without realizing it. Today, the task is to rewrite that script with short sentences, with cool pauses, with calculated refusal. Machiavelli didn't write fairy tales. He wrote survival instructions. He observed rulers, courts, traitors, sick. He realized that dominance rarely depended on brute force. It depended on perception. Perception is currency. Those who appear strong demand obedience at a discount. He who appears weak pays interest on every word. So the strategy isn't to be perfect. It's to appear inevitable, appearing merciful when you still need to consolidate support, appear dependent while gathering information, appearing absent while making alliances, appear weak to invoke the enemy's overconfidence. At the exact moment, reverse. The mask is a tool, not a fraud. It's social engineering, not empty theater. You don't lie about your essence. You direct focuses. You don't act out banality. You manage perceptions, because on the human battlefield, perception precedes reality and transforms it. The trick is here. Create an emotional asymmetry. You observe an ice, they react in fire. You calculate in silence. They talk too much. You wait for the curve. They accelerate on the straight. When the curve arrives, you're on the line. They're on the wall. Stop pretending the war is out there. The real war is against your old versions. Against the you who apologizes for existing. Against you who explains yourself to someone who doesn't deserve an explanation. Against the you who confuses being loved with being respected. Today you kill this internal regime. No mourning, no open letter, no audience. Kill and replace. From now on, you act with 3 principles. 1. Do not react by reflex. 2. Do not explain it by anxiety. 3. Don't ask out of habit. Repeat silently. I owe nothing to what weakens me. This isn't anger. It's hygiene. You are clearing the territory to build a fortress. One control the narrative. Whoever tells the story first holds the frame. Name the situation. Frame the topic. Define the vocabulary. It's not urgent. It's a poorly managed priority. It's not a lack of resources. It's a lack of criteria. When you name, you position. When you position, you command. To use silence as a weapon. Silence is not emptiness. It is a pressure field. Say less than they expect. Take longer than they want. Long pauses. Fixed gaze. Firm body. They beg for words. You offer presence. He who tolerates silence governs the rhythm. Create unpredictability patterns or tracks. Tracks lead to the same destination. Predictability. Change response times, entry points, heat level, sometimes cordial, sometimes cold, sometimes distant. Unpredictability creates a margin of safety and room for maneuver. Turn weakness into a mask. Let them underestimate you when it suits you. Underestimation is a loan of trust that you collect with interest. While they laugh, you position. When you attack, you collect everything at once. Instant hit, the inversion happens in a single gesture. Don't plan the strike, execute it. The minute they expect obedience, deliver refusal. The second they expect an excuse, deliver a directive. The moment they expect retraction, deliver presence. The shock disarms. The possession changes sides. The basics take you out of servitude. The forwards put you on the throne. Use with calculation. Use without haste. Use without guilt. First framing rule in any confrontation. Frame the agenda before the discussion. Replace questions with moderate statements. Replace defense with definition. Whoever frames it first forces the other to deny it, and denying it is already playing within their frame. Response vacuum. When pressed, don't answer in full. Answer in parts. Then, silence. The vacuum forces the other to reveal more than they intended, and information is ammunition. 8 pressure triangle. Never confront directly when you can triangulate. Introduce a third element: time, cost, risk, and make the opponent negotiate with himself. 30-second window before reacting. Breathe, count mentally to 30, observe. In that interval, impulses die and strategy is born. Word cost, every sentence has a price. Before you speak, ask yourself, what does this sentence buy? If you don't buy authority, information, or land, don't pay. Silent fence. Instead of confronting, he move access, time, attention, channels. Whoever loses access loses impact. Whoever loses impact gives in. Inverted mirror. Respond to attacks with cold mirrors. Short questions that give back the weight. What exactly do you need? Where is the real urgency? What risk do you take? He who asks calmly controls attention. Status bait offers small status signals to draw confessions. Hungry ego talks too much. Listen, record, use later. Intentional ambiguity. Say less than, say enough to be understood, not to be read. Controlled ambiguity prevents anticipation. Cold strength tests demonstrate competence without fuss. Precise deliveries, surgical deadlines, impeccable documents. Cold evidence supports authority without asking for applause. Time confiscation. Manage your time like it's a weapon because it is. Strategic delays, short windows, calculated retreats. The other dances on your watch. Loyalty table. Rank people by usefulness and congruence, not by old stories. Useless loyalty is common. Gratitude is not surrender. Asymmetrical rhythm, vary the pace, slow to observe, fast to execute. Asymmetrical rhythm ruins reading and takes away other people's comfort. Phantom counteroffer. When they demand too much, offer an alternative that seems possible but requires responsibility from the other person. Those who run away from their own responsibility expose their own weakness. Low friction cuts prefer constant microcuts to rare explosions. Gradually block access, reduce invitations, close ditch. Suddenly, there is no bridge left to invade your fortress. Jello's humor use minimal, dry humor to break up skirmishes without letting your guard down. Short laughter deflates conflict and keeps you above the dust. Terms of entry: before accepting any agreement, impose entry terms. Whoever accepts its terms acknowledges their territory. Whoever refuses exposes themselves. Point of no return: define in advance the time when you get up and leave. When that point comes, get up and leave. No speech, no excuses. The gesture is worth more than any threat. Mystery architecture: build layers. What you show, what you imply, what you keep. Mysterious isn't confusing. It's clear with reservations. Debt inventory: silently record promises, deadlines, slip-ups. Collect in a timely manner without anger, with facts. Expose debts, reorganize the hierarchy. Competence level in groups: make yourself indispensable at a critical point. Whoever holds the delivery tap decides the temperature of the room. Identification: don't confuse paper with identity. Today, a subject. Tomorrow, a leader. Attachment to old paper makes you obey ghosts. Parsimonious reward: grant commendations as rare and specific currency. Too generous a reward depreciates value and buys sycophants, not allies. Door control: learn to say no without guilt, and yes with conditions. Half open doors encourage break-ins. Controlled doors educate visitors. Border maintenance: every relaxed boundary will be tested. Every clear boundary will be respected. Repeatyourpattern.com/short steady. The border becomes the landscape. Practical scenarios: investment in action theory is a blade without a handle. Let's get to work. Each scene below was designed for immediate application. Hostile meeting: they arrive with numbers, interruptions, theatrical haste. You come in with 3 weapons: breathing, silence, framing. First, breathing count to 30. Second, be quiet enough for their anxiety to overflow. Third, he frames it. We have 3 themes. Let's go in order. When they try to cross, you calmly return to the path in order, at the end, deliver a flawless document. Proof of cold strength. The room changes hands. Impatient bosses: they ask for something impossible, and it's done yesterday. Don't discuss deadlines. Set parameters. I'll deliver X today with a quality. If you wanna, I'll change the scope or deadline. Whoever sets parameters governs expectations. Whoever governs expectations governs the boss. Saboteur: colleague poke, provoke, spread noise. You don't expose emotion. You expose facts. Here are the dates, the versions, the emails. Documentary coldness dehydrates gossip. The saboteur withers. Payment negotiation: they ask for an emotional discount. You offer objective value and silence. If they insist, trigger the phantom counteroffer. I can lower it if you take X risks. Those who fear risks reveal that the request was not about value, but about control. Personal relationships: someone demands infinite availability from you. You offer quality presence with boundaries. I can on Tuesday, from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. He who educates time, educates respect. Love without borders becomes a wound. Social media: never argue with strangers in a public square. The stage belongs to the audience. Respond with silence or a factual question. If they insist, withdraw access. Your energy is your asset, not a public tap. Family and guilt: they demand hidden obligations. You return to the inventory of real debts. Help without destroying your own home. Charity that nullifies you is not kindness. It is self-abandonment. Last-minute crises: when everything is on fire, don't run. Walk: asymmetrical rhythm, slow diagnosis, fast execution. Those who rush blindly fuel fires. Request for explanation: they demand that you explain your tone. You offer terms: I explain decisions, not tones. Those who demand tones seek emotional control. Don't hand over the ship's dashboard. Strategic withdrawal. The environment has deteriorated. It is past the point of no return. You get up, say a brief thank you, and leave. The gesture is the message. 30-day ritual. Inner forge. You don't change through videos. You change through rituals. 30 days are enough to recalibrate reflexes. Order of battle below. Day 1. Silence and observation. Today you answer half as much as you would and take twice as long. Keep track of who tries to pull your emotional strings. Day 2. Silence and observation. Today you answer half as much as you would and take twice as long. Keep track of who tries to pull your emotional strings. Day 3. Silence and observation. Today you answer half as much as you would and take twice as long. Keep track of who tries to pull your emotional strings. Day 4. Silence and observation. Today you answer half as much as you would and take twice as long. Keep track of who tries to pull your emotional strings. Day 5. Silence and observation. Today you answer half as much as you would and take twice as long. Keep track of who tries to pull your emotional strings. Day 6. Silence and observation. Today you answer half as much as you would and take twice as long. Keep track of who tries to pull your emotional strings. Day 7. Silence and observation. Today you answer half as much as you would and take twice as long. Keep track of who tries to pull your emotional strings. Day 8. Borders. Choose one. Microcut each day. A direct no. A protected time. A written limit. Day 9. Borders. Choose one. Microcut each day. A direct no. A protected time. A written limit. Day 10. Borders. Choose one. Microcut each day. A direct no. A protected time. A written limit. Day 11. Borders. Choose one. Microcut each day. A direct no. A protected time. A written limit. Day 12. Borders. Choose one. Microcut each day. A direct no. A protected time. A written limit. Day 13. Borders. Choose one. Microcut each day. A direct no. A protected time. A written limit. Day 14. Borders. Choose one. Microcut each day. A direct no. A protected time. A written limit. Day 15. Code strength test. Deliver something impeccable every day. A text, a report, a training session. No prior announcements. Day 16. Code strength test. Deliver something impeccable every day. A text, a report, a training session. No prior announcements. Day 17. Cold strength test. Deliver something impeccable every day. A text, a report, a training session. No prior announcements. No self-promotion. Day 18. Cold strength test. Deliver something impeccable every day. A text, a report, a training session. No prior announcements. No self-promotion. Day 19. Cold strength test. Deliver something impeccable every day. A text, a report, a training session. No prior announcements. Day 20. Cold strength test. Deliver something impeccable every day. A text, a report, a training session, no prior announcements, Day 21. Cold strength test. Deliver something impeccable every day. A text, a report, a training session, no prior announcements, Day 22. Unpredictability and coup. Change rhythms. Change routes. Perform a turning gesture where obedience is expected. Document results. Day 23. Unpredictability and coup. Change rhythms. Change routes. Perform a turning gesture where obedience is expected. Document results. Day 24. Unpredictability and coup. Change rhythms. Change routes. Perform a turning gesture where obedience is expected. Document results. Day 25. Unpredictability and coup. Change rhythms. Change routes. Perform a turning gesture where obedience is expected. Document results. Day 26. Unpredictability and coup. Change rhythms. Change routes. Perform a turning gesture where obedience is expected. Document results. Day 27. Unpredictability and coup. Change rhythms. Change routes. Perform a turning gesture where obedience is expected. Document results. Day 28. Unpredictability and coup. Change rhythms. Change routes. Perform a turning gesture where obedience is expected. Document results. Day 29. Unpredictability and coup. Change rhythms. Change routes. Perform a turning gesture where obedience is expected. Document results. Day 30. Unpredictability and coup. Change rhythms. Change routes. Perform a turning gesture where obedience is expected. Document results. Pledgy answers field phrases used only when necessary. Short, cold, final. Let's go in order. I don't work with assumptions. What is the verifiable fact with this scope? This is the possible delivery. I explain decisions, not projected intentions. If the priority is change the deadline or accept the quality, I do not take a public stand. We can resume when there is data. I don't participate in conversations without an owner. This topic demands silence now. Fatal errors, what brings down kings? 1. Explaining too much signs of need or invitations to domination. To react quickly, those who react quickly hold their own pace hostage. 3. Seek approval. Respect doesn't come from a request. It comes from a standard. For confusing kindness with surrender, be cordial as a tactic, not as an identity. 5. Clinging to old papers. Change the terrain. Change your stance. The old paper owes you nothing. 6. Neglecting evidence without support. Authority becomes a pose. Produce measurable competence. 7. Forget the scam without a turning point. Everything becomes talk. The coup is the founding moment. Laws of inversion. 12 articles. Eye perception precedes reality, but delivery sustains perception. 2. Whoever controls the pace controls the game. 3. Silence is capital. Spend little, invest always. 4. Masks do not hide essence. They direct focus. V-boarders don't apologize. They teach protocol. 6. Mystery is not confusion. It is clarity with reservations. 7. Predictable pattern turns into a user manual against you. 8. Whoever accepts its terms recognizes its land. 9. All kindness without criteria becomes a tool of control. X. Registered debts reorganize hierarchies without noise. 11. The gesture is worth more than the speech about the gesture. 12. If it does not invert, it will be inverted. Picture of the room. They arrive in a hurry, interrupt, pile up demands. You enter, breathe, silence, frame. The minute they expect obedience, you offer pointed refusal. The second they expect an explanation, you offer a curt directive. The moment they expect retraction, you occupy space with presence. Oh my God. Anxiety switches sides. Respect changes address. The power, which seemed fixed, flows like water into the coldest container. That container is you. Machiavelli didn't offer consolation. He offered tools. You now have blade, handle, and steel. Control the narrative. Use silence. Change the pace. Turn weakness into a mask. Execute the strike. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Now, readiness is born from the first movement. And the first movement is simple. Remove the need, assume the rhythm, impose the gesture. Apply Machiavelli's trick, and never ask for the crown again. Cut what weakens you. Build what protects you. Defend what elevates you. Whoever understands will understand. Whoever doesn't understand will just be an audience.